Alright, you guys, here's my review for Ted 2. Now, Ted 2 is once again written and directed and starring Seth MacFarlane. It also stars Mark Wahlberg, Amanda Seyfried, Morgan Freeman. Uh, so, basically, the plot of Ted 2 is it's been about 3 years since the first Ted movie, real time and movie time. And uh, Ted and Tammy Lynn just are a newlywed couple. They've just gotten married. They want to have a baby, but Ted finds out that he can't have he can't adopt or anything like that because legally he's not a real person. So Ted and John, played by Mark Wahlberg, kind of get a lawyer and they're going to sue the government for Ted's civil rights. And that's basically the overall plot of the movie. Now, what I thought of Ted 2 is I quite enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed it a lot. I had a great time with this movie. Not as good as the first one, but I knew we all kind of expected that. But I do find it very, very funny. When this movie is funny, like, it has laugh out loud moments. There was one part in particular where I was in tears. I was laughing so hard. But then there's a couple parts where the jokes don't really work. But this movie is much better than A Million Ways to Die in the West. Oh my god. Much better. Let's talk about John. John is not with Mila Kunis anymore, and they kind of explain why. They said that they ended up getting married, and they got divorced because she was always trying to change who he was and all that. And I was worried. I'm like, well, are they just going to completely ignore the fact that Mila Kunis was in the first movie? But no, they didn't do that. They acknowledged the fact that she's no longer there, and they gave a pretty, I think, a pretty logical reason. So, you know, I did quite enjoy that. Amanda Seyfried is playing Sam L. Jackson. Actually, her name's Samantha Jackson. Her middle name is like Lynn or Lee or something like that. I can't remember what it was. But she was Sam L. Jackson. And she's basically the lawyer that Ted hires. And this is her first case, so she's never won anything. She hasn't lost anything. And at first, they're kind of concerned about that. But they, you know, what I thought of Amanda Seyfried in this movie, I liked her a lot. I thought she was a good addition to this movie. She definitely fits in with Ted and John. So, you know, I thought Amanda Seyfried fits in more with them than Mila Kunis did in the first one. And I love Mila Kunis in the first one. So, there's that. Excuse me. This movie is filled with cameos. Cameos and, oh my god. I'm not going to talk about every single one of them. Morgan Freeman's in the movie. He's not in the movie too much. From the trailers, I thought he would be in a good chunk of the movie. He's not. He's in the movie, just not as much as you would think he would be. More than a cameo, but less of an actual, like, decent-sized part, you know what I mean? They got Donnie back from the first movie, the guy who was, like, obsessed with Ted and kidnapped him at the end of the first one. Yeah, they found a way to bring him back in this one. That was actually pretty cool. So I kind of wasn't expecting that. All in all, guys, like I said, I really enjoyed this movie a lot. I was fine with all the acting, all the performances. The jokes, like I said, there are some laugh out loud till you're in tears jokes. And there's some jokes that didn't really work. But I do have a lot of fun with this movie. It's a great... as soon as it comes out on Blu-ray and DVD, it's going to be a good double feature. You know, Ted and Ted 2. It is. It's going to be lots of fun. Obviously, Sam Jones is back as himself. And, you know, his scenes that he's in are fantastic. But that's really all I could talk about, because I do want to talk about a couple of the cameos, but those would be spoilerish, so I'm just going to give you a rating, and then technically we'll be in the spoiler section. So my rating for Ted 2, I'm going to give this movie a solid B. I do. I think it's great, not as good as the first one, so it's just a step below, in my opinion. So Ted 2, solid B. Have you guys seen it? What do you think about it? Also, stay after the credits, because there is a little end credit scene at the very end of the credits, so stay after the credits. Just wanted to let you know about that. So now I gotta talk about spoilers. So if you have not seen Ted 2 and you don't want to know any spoilers, stop watching right now. Okay, basically the spoilers that I'm just gonna talk about is pretty much just the cameos in here. Uh, J. Leno's cameo was brief. It was like whatever. I didn't really that one wasn't all that special to me. But the one after that, Liam Neeson in the grocery store buying the Trick cereal. Oh my god, that was the part that had me in tears. And they brought that cameo back at the end credit scene when he comes back all beaten and bruised and he brings the Tricks back. If you guys haven't seen the movie and you're watching the spoiler section, go watch it. It's the best. It's my favorite scene of the whole movie is the Liam Neeson. Obviously, Patrick Warburton, who was in the first movie, he's playing Guy. Uh, I liked his. I kind of liked his part in the first one better, but that part when they're at the New York Comic Con and he's in his '90s Tick outfit, a lot of people don't know that he was the guy who played the Tick in like the '90s, in the live action '90s show or whatever. And when he's in his Tick outfit again, that brought me back. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Sam Jones's cameos was good. He was kind of a dick in this one. But it was funny, so that worked. Tom Brady's cameo. Tom Brady's cameo. I wish they would have done a little bit more with that one, but it was fine. And like I said, I like how they brought Donnie back. They made him back in a logical way, because you would think this guy would be off in prison by now, but it's been 3 years, so well maybe he's out now. I mean, because you murdered a teddy bear. I mean, I don't think and you kidnapped a bear. It's not really that big of a crime in the public justice system and all that. So, but now he works for Hasbro as a janitor, and he gets this plan where, look, we got to make sure Ted loses this case so we can steal him, and we won't actually technically be kidnapping him because if he loses, then he'll be a property, and what's people gonna do then? That was a very smart plan. Unfortunately for him, it didn't work. I did like how they brought him back. It made sense. That was good. But yeah, that's pretty much all I could talk about. Ted 2, solid B. Go check it out. And yeah. Listen, Johnny, I'll see you later, Johnny, alright?